here with Miami coach Anthony Noreen after a 4-1 loss to Omaha, and we'll take some questions.
Coach jumped out to that lead in the first period and had a lot of bright spots during the game, but it seemed like they kept that pressure up and kept coming and able to capitalize. What was your perception of the game?
Yeah, I thought we had a good start. I thought we had good jump. I thought we did a really good job defending. Didn't spend much time there. I thought we broke it out really well. Obviously you get the 1-0 lead, and then you go on the kill, and we got to find a way to get through that kill. Obviously they tic-tac-toe one and score right away, and then they score, and you're still in a really good position, and then you give up that second one right away, and now it's 2-1. And listen, I thought in the second period, like when we played the way we want to play, there was as many looks, and opportunities there as we've had, but also they're a really good hockey team, and we need to mature, and there's some moments where, you need to feel the ebbs and flows of a game and the momentum of a game, of when maybe you need to make a simple play, a selfless play, a hard play when you're tired, and when it gets really hard. And I thought we had some moments there in the second we didn't do that. But for the most part, I think we kept them at bay in the second, and then obviously give up the late one, which is tough. And then in the third period, I thought, again, just some game management things. But, I thought our work, it's tough. You're going to score with one. You're going to win with one goal. And I thought their goaltender made some really good saves. I think they're really good on counterattacks. Obviously, credit them. They did a good job on that power play. But I think, for us, you feel like you're right there, and honestly right there throughout, and you just got to find a way to break through.
I thought you're exactly right. In the second period, you're right there in a lot of opportunities. You created a lot of good scoring opportunities, and Cozy, that goalie, he's had a lot of success over his career against Miami. How do you as a coaching staff keep the guys, when you've got a narrow miss, when he comes up with a great save, how do you and the leaders on the team keep sort of the engagement, keep the confidence up of the players?
Honesty. You just be honest. Like, if we do something right and it doesn't go in, you be honest about it. And if you do something, that maybe it does work, but hey, we didn't have the goalie's eyes, we weren't screening there, you be honest about that too. And I think that's, kind of what you have to do, is you've got to find those spots to be honest. And, my way is to kind of try and do it from a positive way, and an encouragement, and a talk to a guy, and keep coaching no matter what situations come up in the game. And I think that's just what we have to do. We've got to narrow our focus as much as we possibly can on what's right in front of us. And obviously, from the leadership group, that starts with me.
Do you see anything on that first power play that just seemed like it hindered you guys a little bit in getting the puck into the zone with possession and kind of establishing that offense?
Just on our power play?
Yes.
No, I think they do a really good job. They've got some really good, strong skating forwards, and they do a really good job pressuring up ice. So it's one of those things where, they're going to pressure. We've got to be able to make that play. And then you feel like once you make that play and you get up, then you're in zone and you're able to get set. But they do a really good job. They've done that all year. They did that last time we were there, of pressuring up. And then you feel like once you get in there and you get set, then you've got an opportunity to kind of settle things down. Obviously, it wasn't much special teams tonight. Having said that, we take a stick penalty and it goes in the back of our net. That's something that we can't afford those. We can't afford to take offensive zone, reaching, hooking, stick penalties. I don't care what the score of the game is. Like, that's just something you can't do. And those are usually the ones that do wind up in the back of your net.
John Emmons had a lot of touches around the net tonight, hunting for rebounds, things like that. Has he looked any different to you over the last, month or two compared to early in the season?
Well, I think it's like a lot of our guys and the team. He's gotten better. Like, these guys are growing. Listen, I know it is extremely hard when you look at the record and you look at the results, but if that doesn't look different, feel different, seem different, individual guys, team, like, it is. And Johnny's a guy, we just talked about it in the room. We thought from our forward group, he may have been one of, if not the brightest spots. And I think it was just because, listen, there's certain games that call for different things. And Johnny played north. He played hard. He played fast. He battled. He was in around the net a bunch. He finished every hit. You do that, you're going to have a chance to have some success.
Those first two goals against came on wide open backdoor plays. What do you guys need to focus on the most in the defensive zone to win these kind of games?
Yeah, again, it was one of those games. It wasn't like we were in there a lot. they're an extremely opportunistic team, and it's not like, they don't need a lot to put it in the back of the net. And you see when they get a crack and they get a chance to make a high-end play, they do. Credit them that first power play. They execute, I think, 6 passes in a row and get an open guy, and then he does the hardest thing, which is put it through the back of the net. Just kind of finds its way. The second one finds its way across. I thought we did, again, as good of a job defending, specifically in our own end as we've done in a really long time. But they don't need many. I think you see that with the really good teams in our conference. It's not like, they need 10, 12, 15 whacks. Like, they get one grade A1, and they've got really high-end players that make you pay.
What do you see from your first line, Dukovac tonight, Waldron, Casper? Kind of those guys played different games, but it feels like they really gelled tonight. What do you see from them?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to have Duke back. Obviously, I think you saw it right from the very beginning, just the difference he brings to our lineup. And obviously, as he gets his legs back under him and more confidence to get more into the flow of the game, I think we'll use him more. But there was certainly a spark with him back. I think him and Johnny have some pretty good chemistry, and now it's just picking the spots and again, going back to that, making the realization, okay, when is it time to attack? Because, that there's an opportunity. When's it time to, make a smart, responsible play? I think that's up and down our lineup. But those are guys that we feel like, could and should be able to break a game open. And the same thing I just talked about, some of the guys from UNO. Like, those are guys that have a chance to do something high-end where they can make a play. But then there's the flip side of it of, hey, once you get back into the flow, now you realize maybe this isn't the time. And, Duco was, again, one of our biggest bright spots in the early going. Like, I think you could make an argument, before he got hurt, he was our best player. So to have him back and get him back going is going to be really good for this team.
Luke mentioned Emmons, but that line with Tio and Ray, they it seemed like they got more and more shifts as the game wore on, and I think maybe had most offensive puck possession per shift. What does that do for the rest of the lines? How does that help?
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think that the rest of the lines look at those guys and say, why are they having success? And I think for them, it was a really simple formula. They just skated and hunted the other team down and won battles and got pucks back. And, man, like, you watch hockey at the highest level, it's a lot of that. That's what it looks like. And I thought Johnny Emmons led the way with that. And, Tio going in after the first time in a really long time, made a lot of plays. I mean, had a chance right there at the end. And good for him. Good for him. Very easily a guy could just kind of let things go and say, hey, I'm out of the lineup. I haven't been playing. Instead he took it and he grabbed it. And he earned himself another opportunity. And, that's what this is about for a lot of those guys in the room. Earn yourself your next chance. And he certainly did that. And to your point, those guys earned themselves, honestly, going in, probably way more ice time than you would have thought going into the game. But the guys that deserve it are going to be the guys that get it.
Here with Casper Nassen after Miami's 4-1 loss to Omaha, we'll take some questions.
Casper, I know you'd rather be celebrating a goal after a win, but good things happen when you set screens, when you get yourself in front of the net and you can throw the puck on net. So that seems like, from my perspective, what we saw from that goal early on. Just walk me through that. How were you able to sort of redirect that one in?
I think it was Duke or Wally who just passed it up to Quinner. Made a good play on the blue line and shot it, and I just trying to go net front, and it hit me off my foot and just went in. So it was a greasy one, but a nice one to get for sure.
So your first even strength goal at Miami. You've done a lot with that big, powerful slap shot, but it seems like you're throwing your weight around a little bit more. How has your game developed over the course of this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be a power forward, so throwing my weight around is something I need to do, and in order to play higher up one day. So just trying to learn one step at a time, and yeah, it's been getting better. Once you learn how to play here, it's a bit different from what I'm used to.
After kind of a difficult ending to that first period, you guys came out with energy in the second and kind of similarly in the third. It's felt like that's been better of late for you guys in terms of the response to adversity. You feel like you guys are a more mature team now, and you were maybe at the beginning of the season, just in terms of bringing energy like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we all know what we need to do to play good, and we know when we play good. It's just got to play good over 60 minutes. That's all it is. You could see it throughout this game too. We had good moments. Like we weren't down. We skated hard, and but then we need to do it 60 minutes and not just part of games.
What is your kind of favorite part of playing with Dukovac and Waldron? Because you guys play different games, but I mean, you guys looked like you gelled really well out there tonight.
No, I mean they're both really skilled players, and it's easy for me to play with them. I'm just trying to win pucks and play hard and have my stick on the ice, and it's been good.